Hello and welcome back to the Bandit Lord. Bruce himself has returned, and it seems as though my save game is actually working again, and I hope it stays stable. That's all I can say. Anyway, I'm actually just going to be doing a little bit of trading here because I realized I have a massive amount of grain in my inventory, and I'm probably going to need to do something about that. My scouting is also going to advance to 175 right there. Pretty nice to see that. And otherwise, we're going to be doing some raiding. Oh yes, we are. And I'm thinking what we'll probably try to do is we'll probably try to get a slightly larger army. And as you know, I'm actually moving pretty fast. I do have a good amount of horses so that my troops can use those. And as you can see, we're gaining 1.32 increased speed as a result of it. Now, we do have a number of weapons here, but let me tell you something. I went into the smithy and it caused a crash. So I don't know whether that is going to be a thing that is consistent from now on or not, but I'm basically just going to be a bit cautious when going into the smithy at this point. I don't think it's going to be a good idea for me to do that. So I'm just going to sell everything that I can, and also, as you can see here, so much grain. Literally so much grain. I mean, I could sell it somewhere better and probably gain a whole bunch more money, but I have a bunch of charcoal here, and I might as well sell that because if I'm not going to go into the smithy, which is unlikely at this point, because if it causes a crash to desktop every single time, I don't really want to do that. So we're just going to sell a whole bunch, going to gain 5,700, and we're actually going to be buying a workshop. And there's a good reason for that as well, because obviously you got to bear in mind that if you are a crime lord or you know, some kind of bandit leader, then you're going to have some legitimate businesses as well. I know that a bunch of people were talking about that in the comments section of the previous episodes of Bandit Lord, and I was like, yes, that's actually true. So I don't necessarily only need to rely on the horse butcher, because let's face it, the horse butcher is really kind of bad for me at the moment. So let's have a look and see where... what? There is no smithy here? Are you serious? Okay, that needs to be changed almost immediately. I need to go and say hello to the pottery shop, and I will be changing it to a smithy, because a smithy in Chaikand, oh, I mean, really, it is the best. It really is fantastic to go for. So we are going to be doing that. And it's going to cost me 15,000, which is absolutely fine. We're going to go for a smithy, and there you go. All right, so hopefully that's going to be quite nice. If it isn't, then what I will attempt to do is I attempt to try and find some places that actually do have iron as a good, as a product, and I will try to raid those particular villages. Like, for example, I believe there is a silver ore is over there. It might be good to sell some silver ore or something like that. So that's the thing. Kind of, you know, being a bit of a trader and having a little bit of knowledge in regards to product prices and things like that is actually very, very important for a bandit lord, because you're going to then be able to sell your ill-gotten gains to whoever wants to buy it. But yeah, anyway, let's have a look here. Okay, faster, yeah, okay, so faster movement. We're going to be going for 5% faster movement in hills and half food consumption. I mean, really, this is utterly insanity. Utterly insane, either one. Anyway, utter insanity, and we're going to be taking this one, because we're going to be in the hills quite a bit. Okay, so I know that a bunch of people were talking and having a conversation about power versus speed basher, and apparently speed basher is better in basically every single respect, because power basher, you only get 2% higher speed, and 85 speed is pretty slow as it is. So we're going to go for speed basher for the moment. I know I've been waiting on that for a very long period of time, and let's have a look. Let's see if I can actually find... Oh, there's hardwood. Hardwood's actually selling pretty decently to smithy towns. So it might make sense for me to supply the town with hardwood. So why don't we try and raid this village? That is actually also something I should take into account when doing raids in villages and things. You have to take a look at the villager militia count, Because if you don't have a look at the militia count, you're going to have a nasty surprise if you actually head inside and then they've got like, I don't know, 50 units. Because some of the time they actually do. Some of the time they actually do have 50 units. So, wow, yeah, oh, it's been a while. It has been a while since I have used a wonderful two-handed that is actually capable of moving around faster than normal. Because look at how fast Bruce is. He is just incredibly fast. I like it. Do I have any throwing weapons? No, I don't have any throwing weapons. That's kind of unfortunate. Oh, take that. Oh no, I'm getting shot. But it doesn't matter because Bruce is a beast. Yes, he is. Look at that. We just literally took arrows right in the body right there. Okay. Nice victory for us. And we basically lost no one because we just had a unconsciousness, which is not a big deal. And we are able to take them prisoner, but as I've said before, I don't think I'm... Should I take them prisoner? Because roguery skill is kind of hard to level up for me as it is, so I could technically take them prisoner and then sell them. And let's just actually have a look here. We're losing 0.16, which is kind of harsh. But roguery skill, you know, roguery skill's pretty good. You know, I'd like to try and level that up as fast as I possibly can. But otherwise, we're just going to take a whole bunch. Bear in mind that I have shed a lot of weight from losing the huge amounts of grain that I had. And that is making things just that little bit easier for us. So let's speed things up a little and see whether I'm going to be successful in pillaging a lot of hardwood. It seems like we're doing pretty well so far. It seems like there's not too many enemies around, and I'm kind of surprised about this. I don't want grain, thank you very much. I would very much appreciate all the hardwood that you have. Yes, I am, for some reason, being rather polite to the people that we are pillaging. Very good, very good. Okay, so yes, anyway, after this, I will be attempting to go into one of their towns and do the more raiding mod, because that actually does give us a lot of cash as it stands. But I'm not entirely sure whether we need the cash anymore, because we've got a smithy in one of the, in my opinion, one of the most profitable towns for money. And if I have good money, then I will be able to basically make a massive army full of bandit units, and then we can just go crazy. We can just go crazy with those things. So it could be pretty fun. To do it that way. Shall I go and fight these villagers? I am an evildoer, you know. I mean, maybe we should be more lawful evil, I guess. Because I know that there was a bunch of discussion about that as well. And obviously, it was quite a while ago that we'd made a Banditlord episode. So, you know, catching up on all the comments that I didn't address at that point. But anyway, should I just auto resolve this? Yeah. I'm actually not sure about that, to be honest, because on the one hand, I feel like auto-resolve would probably be perfectly acceptable for me to do, because it is going to get us probably more experience for our units, because Bruce isn't going to be taking away experience from them. But on the one hand, I don't really want to have a situation where Bruce isn't fighting anymore, because the whole fun of being a bandit lord is literally going up to the opponent and being like, hello there, I am going to cleave you in two. You know, that's the fun, you know. But yeah, look at this, just massive amounts of damage. Okay, I got to be a bit careful here as well. Although they are peasants, they still do damage, as we have seen. The militia in the village actually did quite a bit of damage to me. So that's definitely something we got to be a bit careful of, and I've got to make sure that my forces engage first. There we go, take him down. Oh, just using the athletics. The athletics is just making all the difference. Look at this, cleaving them. Oh, crazy good, crazy good. Now I have attempted in the past to install a mod known as Improved Throwables, and basically what that does is it is supposed to increase your ammunition limit with thrown weapons, as I maniacally chase after this guy and cut him down. There we go. But yeah, it is actually supposed to increase the amount of ammunition you have with thrown weapons. Unfortunately, that didn't really happen, and I ended up losing a huge amount of really high tier units against this. Yeah, it's my luck, isn't it? My luck. Anyway, as I said, it is meant to increase the ammunition you have, but apparently for me, it doesn't do that, which I gotta say is kind of disappointing, because I would love to be able to have, I don't know, I think it increases javelins to like 12 or 13 per stack instead of 5. And it doesn't change anything else about them, by the way. It just makes them a little bit more usable. Because as it stands right now, the ammunition limit is pretty low, in my opinion, and doesn't really benefit someone that wants to use thrown weapons that much. So that's the reason why I kind of thought, hey, you know what, let's try and get something from that, you know, that could be quite good. So I'm actually going to sell all this charcoal now because I'm not really going to be doing any more smithing because, as I said, it causes me to crash. And yeah, I don't really want to have that as a bit of an issue going forward because we've had enough crashes / not being able to load my save game in this series. So it would be nice to try and prevent that from happening again. Anyway, let's have a look here. Yeah, I know I could have a look at my auto-equip, but that's going to equip a bunch of merchandise, which is not exactly great. Okay, so let me actually just unlock all of this as well, because yeah, we need to lock this too, because I'm never going to use a horse. And we will sell all of this. There we go. Going to get a whole bunch. And is there actually a better spear here for me? Don't think so. All right. So someone told me actually that you do need a... I need to get a good two-handed, don't I? But yeah, you do need a... I think it is... Is it actually a smithy? It might be a smithy that you need to be able to find two-handed weapons in the marketplace. And I think that that's going to be really, really important for us. Okay, so here you go. This is our new menu here as well. And we're going to see if I can... Oh, what do I want to do here, actually? Bandit Ambushes, they sound fun. I think they're actually ranged units, aren't they? I think they're ranged units. But I think on the one hand, I would love to find out what a bandit squad is. I'm actually going to do that. Let's get a bandit squad. That sounds fun. And now what we can do is we can potentially attack some people in the back streets. Now, I do want to do that. I do want to create my own gang if I can possibly do that. I think that would be a hugely fun thing to do. So in other words, taking over something in a particular town would be quite fun. So let's just sell the people. How's my roguery skill, by the way? Because my roguery skill did not level up. Did it? It didn't seem to level up at all from me raiding that village, which is a little bit perplexing to me. But anyway, I'm going to wait here for some time, and then we will see if there are any quests that the gang leaders can give us. Maybe I'll head into the back streets as well, and see if we can maybe do a little bit of, you know, a little bit of fisticuffs. Alright, so we could do a little bit of raiding here, but this is actually the one of the Crusade towns, and as I've said before, we're gonna kind of keep a couple of factions relatively peaceful to us, because if we don't do that, then we're gonna... well, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. Hello. Okay, so we've got this fellow who will no doubt be who will be doing this with us, and let's see if I can maybe do something. Oh, nice. Take him down. Take him down. Oh no, my guy's dead. Are you serious? Oh no. There we go. Take him down. Whew. Okay, that was a little bit dicey. A little bit dicey. Oh, it seems like the townsman wanted to actually punch me a little bit right there. Okay, so we're increasing this guy's relation with us, which I gotta say I'm not a big fan of, because she is the powerful one in this town. So making her annoyed at us is probably not the best idea. Alright, so let's see what actually happens here, because... Okay, go on, I'm ready for more. Okay, yeah, so we're just going to continue losing relation with her by the looks of things. Alright, so technically, according to my army size, we should win this like no one's business. Literally, we should win this like no one's business. And that, I hope, is going to be the thing. Yeah, this is not looking good, to be honest. Okay, come on now. No. Okay, yeah, there we go. Nice. Nice thrust right there, Bruce. Come on now. Get him. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, cleaving. Cleaving. That's literally the only reason why I was able to win that. That was absolutely insane. I have no idea why that was so difficult, but apparently it was very, very difficult indeed. I mean, what does she have? Oh, she actually had a huge amount of expert thugs, and she had 2 master thugs as well. And my guys, well, apparently I didn't have that many in comparison. So yeah, she had 17 or something like that, which is pretty crazy. Ooh, jewelry. Jewelry is actually very nice to sell to some places. So might be worth it. Might be worth it. But yeah, I'm just going to be taking all of this. Thank you. You have defeated the thugs that were guarding the alley. And we have increased our charm by a massive amount. Look at that. Gained 11 skill points in charm. Oh yes, I like it. Okay, so we've also gained a level, which is great. And our relation has now increased with this town as well, it seems. That's pretty nice. Okay, so my charm skill does need to level itself up, doesn't it? I guess. So we do need to get a little bit more charm skill. And, you know, getting some trading skill might actually make a bit of sense as well, because being able to see profits and things, but if we're not doing a huge amount of it, it's probably not worth it. What about leadership as well? Being able to gain experience passively could be quite interesting, but yeah, we'll just go for another point in charm and another point in social as well, because I'd like to get charm as high as possible, because being able to persuade people to do what we want is kind of, you know, kind of a bandit lord thing, isn't it? You know, it's kind of making sure that we're all good in that respect. So I'm just going to get another couple of bandits in a bandit squad, and we're just going to wait here for some time. And we're going to go back in, and we'll fight in another area. So we'll fight in the clearing, and we'll fight in the docks or something like that, and then we'll see what happens. I know that a bunch of people have said that this particular feature, shall we say, in other words, becoming a gang leader, is not necessarily implemented by the developers of Bannerlord yet. But maybe it has been added a little bit. I'm not entirely sure, because as I said, I haven't actually done this ever. And the one time that I did try to do this with Barney, I had my, well, everything handed to me, basically. It was just impossible for me to win, because I was doing it at a very low level, in actual fact. So it definitely made things very difficult. But otherwise, let's go over to the clearing. Thankfully, because we have such an insane amount of athletic skill, it is so fun to literally run all the way over here. It is just so easy in comparison to, you know, Byron, for example, because Byron, of course, is a horse archer, and he is, well, frankly, one of the slowest people ever when he's walking around. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm just having a look. I don't take orders from the likes of you, and let's do some damage. Oh yes, I can outrange them if they come close. Okay, I've got to be careful here. Oh, there we go. Oh no, what? Are you serious? Hey, come back here. Come on, get him. What? There we go. Take him down, and take it. Oh, what? What happened? They put away my sword again. What is actually going on here? I have no idea, but let's take him out. There we go. That's what you get. Yes, exactly. All right, so we did that. And now I'm hoping that we're not actually annoying the other guy. We are annoying the other guy. Oh, okay, how do I tell, by the way? Ah, that's how I tell. Okay, so she's the owner of the back streets, but he's the owner of the clearings and the waterfronts. Right. I actually would prefer to side with her, to be honest, because she is much more powerful. So I suppose what we'll do is we'll chaotic evil, anyone? Yeah, it seems like that might be actually happening to me right now. But yeah, anyway, I will try to do this, and we'll see what happens. Bear in mind that the encounters that we can potentially have are actually kind of hard in these bandit fights. So let's have a look. I'm hoping that I will get a huge amount of charm skill. That's the main reason why I want to do this again and again, because gaining charm skill could be very, very important for us. I'm going to just try and throw some of these. Oh, nice hit. And then a huge miss. But that's okay. Okay, come on now. Massive damage. Massive damage. Need more damage, please. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, we're actually winning. Oh, whew. Okay. I was thinking to myself, oh no, I'm going to have to, you know, almost basically fail the time before. And, you know, oh yeah, that was much, much easier. Not entirely sure why. I really don't know why that was easier than before, but okay. And, ooh, look at this. We've got some spices, some silver ore. This is a really, really nice way of gaining cash. I think that was actually the point that many people were making in the Barney series when they actually told me about this. Because they said to me, hey, you should probably go into the back streets and you should fight some of these bandits. And when I was doing that, I then got ambushed by a massive amount of them, and it basically made things very uncomfortable indeed, so I wasn't really able to do much. But now that we have charm skill, 20% more renown from battles, that's what we're going to take. And I don't think I can take anything else. Scouting is leveling itself up like no one's business. I really don't know why. But yeah, apparently doing quite well. Also, someone else has something to do. Aha, you've got some riding skills, sir. Okay, it's kind of hilarious considering he probably shouldn't be using a horse. Is he actually on a horse, by the way? I should really check. He is. But now that I have the new auto-equip mod, we can lock the horse, and then he doesn't have to... Oh, no, I don't want to discard all of that. Thank you very much. I want to do this. There we go. So now he's got a new shield at least. And I might have a new shield as well. There we go. Good. That sounds pretty good to me. And we're going to continue working with her now, I think. So what we need to do is we need to go to the clearing. There are 19 of them in the clearing. Is that true? If that is indeed true, we're never going to be able to clear all of those guys out. That is going to be very tricky. All right, so here we go. I'm just having a look. Do you mind? I don't take orders from the likes of you. Thank you very much. Okay, let's do some slashing. Gotta be a bit careful here. And we're just going to use my athletics to its greatest effect. That's literally all I have to do. Literally. And look at that. Look at how easy that is. Anytime you have a character with a massive amount of athletics skill, you can basically just write your own number, pretty much. You can literally just be like, oh, this is what I can do? Yeah, this is what I can do. I have superior mobility in these close quarter situations. And instead of tanking the damage and attempting to block, which is not my strong suit by any means, you can just use your increased mobility, and it makes a huge difference. So now we're going to do another one of these. Going to do another one of these fights, and we might have some difficulties, but we'll see. All right, let's do it. I'm kind of nervous about this one because I think my units are... Yeah, maybe I should tell them to charge? Let's just tell them to charge in. Oh, we took some damage. That's not particularly good. You see what I mean? Athletics really does make all the difference, and because we're wearing pretty light armor as well, we're able to move faster than they are. And well, there you go. Even if they had the same athletics, it really depends on your armor weight and all that stuff. But there you go. We actually did a very, very good job indeed. We're getting even more cash. I mean, really, I am looting so much stuff. And there you go. My charm skill is just skyrocketing up at this point. I think that is actually fantastic. That is really, really cool. And I think that that's basically all you can do. I think that is literally all you can do as a result of your presence in the back streets and things like that. So I don't think there's much more we can accomplish here, which is a shame because I think it would be cool to do some more, but that doesn't mean that I can't come back, you know? I can come back and see what we can do. Ah, this axe is actually pretty good. It has a swing speed of 102, which means that I would be able to gain speed basher bonus from it. And it's only 591, so I think I'm going to buy it, and we'll try out an axe. I'm not a terribly big fan of replacing my current sword. 97, wait a minute, 97, 95 cutting, and how much does this do? 68 cutting? Oh, wow. The damage is much less, but we're going to try it out nevertheless, because I think it could be quite fun. And we'll just sell... Oh no, I did not want to do that. Ah, that's the next time that happened, actually, because that happened once before when I was playing Byron, and I was attempting to equip his son with gear, and I basically just bought the entire shop by mistake. But obviously I didn't spend the 98,000 or however much it was. It was pretty crazy. Okay, so I'm just going to sell all of this. And as I said before, I'm not going to be heading into the smithy because the smithy might crash me. So got to be a bit careful of that. And now, this is where the monies come in. Oh yes, look at this. That is crazy good. Look at that, 4,400 for that. And we didn't get any roguery skill. I would have expected to gain some roguery skill right there. I feel like I should definitely gain roguery skill from selling ill-gotten gains. I mean, that kind of makes the most sense, doesn't it? I feel like that makes the most sense. But whatever the case, we have 100 capacity in our army now, which is actually kind of amazing. So what we're going to do, we've got some cavalry as well. Bear that in mind. And my footmen on horses, I need to get more horses. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look around. And we're going to see if I can maybe find a village or two with some horses or something like that. And then we'll see if maybe that we can make something happen. Bear in mind that the hardwood is, I think, pretty decent. But I would like to get something more. Alright, so this is a good reason why having a larger army might actually help you out a little bit. Now, I'm not entirely sure if they send out more units. I don't think they do, but I don't think they adapt to how many units you have, but it's a good idea to maybe take that into account if you are doing a raid or something like that. Anyway, I'm just going to tell my people to, I don't want them to face that direction actually, but we're going to just have my people follow me for the moment, because we're actually fighting against Azerai militia, and they're probably going to be pretty good at archery and things like that, so I would like to get my people over here as much as possible, and then we will do the thing that we do, which is where we just lure them in, and then we charge at them, and then we see what we can do. Whoa, okay, yeah, there's actually a lot of enemies right there with bows, so I'm a bit worried about them. As you can see, oh yeah, this axe, maybe not so good. Maybe not so good. Yeah, you can see there that it is quite a bit worse than the sword, because of course it is. You know, it has less damage in almost every way. But I kind of hoped maybe the speed basher would help us out a little bit. I gotta find a sword or something that gives us more. Bear in mind, we lost a lot of units from that as well, which is not exactly great. But as it is, I think we're doing all right, because we can just literally recruit those guys again, and we can just continue to level them up. I don't think that's going to be too much of a big deal. And I will be taking all the loot, because I have enough space. As you can see, I've got a huge amount of space in actual fact, so nothing to worry about. Okay, so we're here, as you no doubt saw before we headed into the fight. Did you actually see that? I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, the point is that we're going to be attempting to raid this, and it is a desert horse village. And I would like to be able to get more of my footmen on horses, if at all possible. Unless I actually have a huge amount already. Steppe horses, and then these ones are the only ones that are actually providing speed bonus. Oh, as well as a couple of desert horses here. But we have, that means 19, which is not enough. Oh, we got some steppe horses as well, so it's 26, but I have many more infantry than that. So I would very much appreciate some horses. I don't know what's going on right now, actually, because I have literally just gotten grain and cheese. I guess is that all they have here? No? Because this is actually, there we go. One desert horse, one mule, one desert horse. There we go. We're getting to the goods now. Oh, yes, we're getting to the good stuff. That is nice. Okay, now bear in mind that I did actually see a vassal very close by who had about 80 units, and if he fights us, we're going to be in a pretty bad way. Now, what's going on with my roguery skill? Did you see my roguery skill level up at all during that point? Yeah, it leveled up once, I think. But you can see here, raid caravans, recruit and lead bandit troops, infiltrate enemy towns, give bribes, and escape from captivity. So, I mean, it says all of these things, but it doesn't say anything about raiding villages. But I am technically raiding stuff, so it should... I don't know, it should give me that option. It should give me the ability to, you know, gain roguery skill, because roguery is actually going to be very important for me later down the line. And I know that a lot of people have said that roguery is a pretty much, I'm not going to be too harsh against it, but useless kind of skill. And for some of the time, I would definitely say, yeah, it is pretty useless some of the time. Like, for example, 10% increased morale gain from raiding villages. I don't really need that, personally. I think it's okay, yes, because morale, yeah, that's pretty good, you know? Gaining morale is always nice. But this is also cool. This is really, really good. Minus 20% chance of being caught while sneaking into towns. That is basically a necessity if every single town hates your guts, which maybe at some point they will with Bruce. Concealed Blade is actually pretty cool too, because you can use any one-handed weapon in civilian mode, so you don't only need the small items. And then bribes, never really used a bribe yet, so there's also that. And you can escape from captivity 30% faster. As I said before in a previous episode, I personally feel like this is almost useless for a 200 skill level trait. Escaping from captivity, I don't know why that would be. It basically relies on you losing, which I don't particularly like, even though most of the time I do tend to get myself taken prisoner sometimes. So yeah, there's also that. Anyway, let's see if I can get into this town. So it seems like the enemies in villages do not scale to how many units you have. I actually thought that that might be the case, because in previous raids we've had about 20, 25, 30 units to fight, and I had around that level, so I thought maybe they scaled. But as it seems right here, they don't, because I think in one particular raid beforehand in the series we did have a situation where there were, I think, 50 or 45 or something like that, and we had about 20, so they do not scale, which is actually very cool, because that means that you can make more strategic decisions in regards to where you want to attack and what you want to raid and so on. So that's definitely going to make a big difference, and hopefully I will be able to... murder! Murder all of them, thank you. Very nice indeed. Okay, can I get this guy? He's running! Get him! Now, bear in mind that as soon as you ready your weapon, you run slower. So if you want to catch up to someone, like I would like to catch up to this guy, then don't do anything. Just don't press anything except the W. The W for win, and run like the wind, too. But yeah, we need to try and catch this guy if we can. He's going to escape. He's going to escape. Yeah, he's going to escape, isn't he? Or not. Oh, there we go. Gave me another skill point of two-handed. Thank you very much. That's all I wanted. Yeah, well, that was easy enough, wasn't it? Okay, so we'll just take a couple of prisoners because we kind of can, and we don't have to feel too bad about it. All right, so I'm raiding this because they actually have grain, and I have only 12 days remaining of food, so I thought it might be a nice idea to do that. We are leveling our roguery skill every single time we do this as well, but bear in mind that maybe raiding caravans would be better for roguery. If you have any ideas as to how I can level roguery faster, then by all means leave them down in the comments, because I have been attempting to level roguery for quite some time now, and it seems very difficult. It seems like the speed at which I'm able to gain skill in it is very diminished in comparison to what you would expect, because look at this. I have literally been doing a raid for about, I don't know, 30 seconds, and I've gained two skill points, basically just barely gaining 2 skill points of roguery, which, in my opinion, is kind of crazy. I would not have expected such a small amount, but There you go. I guess that's just how it is. Aha, there is a hideout over here. I would like to say hello to this hideout, and I would not like to fight them or anything like that, but I would like to actually talk to the local bandit chief about his clan. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, so that basically just gives you an idea, and you can actually ask about the various other people here too. Ask Rengo. Yeah, so you can actually hire these guys, which I have no idea what they were all about, but I think it could be really fun. So I'm going to hire one of them, literally just because I don't want to spend too much money at the moment, because I'm hoping that I will be able to purchase another workshop of some kind. And I think that's going to be kind of important. Okay, mounted ambushes, I suppose we'll go for. And where is the guy? Rengo's... What? It's a tier 6? Okay. It's a tier 6? Yes, thank you. Yes, I like this. I like this very much. Let's have a look at the stats of this guy. Yeah, he's got 240 in bows. And 200 in two-handed and all that wonderful stuff. And I can imagine that... Oh, yeah. Okay, I've got all kinds of ideas coming to me right now. That is going to be super fun. And thankfully, we're actually right next to a village that sells iron ore. And I will be buying a whole bunch of this, because this is going to sell at Chaikan for a massive amount. So we're just going to buy a whole bunch of that. As I said, Pelisor is kind of rubbing off on me a little bit. The trading life is very intriguing indeed, and definitely helps a great deal in knowing exactly what you want to do with your products and goods. So let's see what I can do here. Raid the village. All right. Now, the only problem with me raiding this village, with the exception of not really gaining that much roguery skill already, is the fact that this is technically owned by the Kurgit clan. But I suppose because the Kurgit clan has defected to the Southern Empire, I don't really have to feel that bad about it, right? Because obviously we're kind of friendly with the Khuzait. We're not really friendly with them, but they kind of tolerate us. And we just use their towns to sell stuff. So there's also that. But there you go. I increased my roguery to 68. I don't know how to level it faster. I guess I could just fight more caravans, just in general. Just fight more stuff. That might be the reason that I'm not gaining as much as I could. Because gaining more roguery skill is going to be very important for us later down the line. More specifically, I would like to highlight this one thing here. Let me actually just have a look. Oh, okay. I don't need any of these. I'm not entirely sure why I'm even bothering to level roguery then. I suppose it is due to being able to slip into the town a lot easier, and that is a thing that personally I feel like should be improved. I know, you know, this is a 125 skill level roguery trait. I personally feel like this should be down here, like at 50 or 25 or something like that, because it's only a 20% chance. And then I think that a little bit higher up, so like at 150 or something like that, then maybe have something that gives you a minus 40% chance of being caught. So in other words, it just doubles the chances for you not to get caught in that case. Because being taken prisoner, because let me tell you, I've tried this in my testing with other playthroughs and things like that, you know, not particularly with Bruce, but I've tried this elsewhere, and sneaking into towns, if you are unsuccessful, they just take you prisoner immediately. That's it. They just take you prisoner immediately, you lose all your troops, you lose all your companions, and that's it. And I personally feel like that is extremely harsh. Very, very punishing indeed. And certainly something you've got to be very careful of. So me earlier in the series with Bruce being able to sneak in that many times with a 34% chance, I think that was a bit too risky for my liking. I'm not entirely sure how I was able to get away with it, but we did. So let's have a look here. Yeah, so as you can see, I bought the iron ore for like 45 or something like that. And now we can just sell it for a whole bunch more. And bear in mind that we will be getting the profits from selling this iron ore from our smithy as well. So there's also that. And we're also gaining a huge amount of trade skill in the process too, which is actually quite nice, because that means we'll be able to level up that much faster as well. Now, I'm actually just going to take a... Ah, yes, there's another village. Another village is ready to be raided. I'm basically just supplying my smithy at this point. That's literally what I'm doing. So I'm thinking that is pretty good. Ooh, wait a second. Hello there. Wait a minute. We might have an opportunity. Hello there, sir. Bannerlord himself. Okay, so he's fighting a bunch of looters. Should I go and assist those looters? Actually, can I help them? I don't think I can. But I would like to fight him if at all possible. Do I? His power level is much higher than ours. Oh dear. Wait a minute. Let me actually just take a look here. Okay, so he's got 20 archers. Okay, that is the yeah, that is the problem. He has 20 archers. He's got some Palatine guards. No, I'm sorry. He actually has much stronger units than I anticipated, and that is a bit of a shame. Seems like there's a bunch of vassals over there at that village as well, which is making things even more uncomfortable for me. But what I will be able to do is build something else. Now, I'm not entirely sure what to build where, because I only know of another really, really good place in Cyronea. If you build a smithy over in Cyronea as well, then you're going to have a really good, really good supply of cash. So I'm not entirely sure what I can do about that. Oh, hello. I was actually wanting to assist that guy with this Southern Empire vassal. Let's actually take a look here. 22 recruits, 14 trained archers. Do you think we can fight? I think we might be able to. Okay, let's go, guys. Come on. Let's do this. You don't want to fight? Why don't they want to fight? Okay, maybe they'll come in with us. Help. Yes, help the village. I was thinking to myself, is that the guy's name? Is that the Lord's name? No, it's actually not the Lord's name. Okay, so we do have a slight advantage. So let's do it, just because it could very well give us a prisoner, and then we will be able to ransom them for a very large amount of money. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. Alright, well, unfortunately I had a little bit of interruption there, and I had to go and see to it, but otherwise we are now back, and hopefully I will be able to achieve some kind of victory. Oh, wow, okay, they've actually got some Imperial crossbowmen here. They're going to be kind of difficult to deal with, I think. How are we doing right now? Are we losing? Are we actually losing right now? I am... No, we're not losing. No, we're not losing. Okay, phew. I was a bit worried there for a second. Gotta say that I'm not exactly good at fighting with two-handed swords at the moment. I feel like I'm a little bit out of practice. Oh, we got shot by that crossbowman. Did you see that? Wow. That was actually very impressive. I actually decided that I was going to dodge at the last moment, and I thought to myself, yes, that's going to enable me to survive. But no, I was just out of time. And yeah, we are actually victorious, which is a very good sign, because that basically means that we know with a little bit of certainty, even though I did have a pretty significant amount of... Wait a minute. Was I the only person that went in here? I actually thought we had a bunch of militia helping us. Okay, that's a bit weird, but look at this. We gained 50 renown from it. 50 renown. Wow, that's crazy good. We will be taking him prisoner, and I think I'll probably speak to him almost immediately, and we'll see what we can do about trying to ransom him really fast, and that's basically it. That's what we'll try to do with him. And I'm just going to basically take all of this stuff. Is there anything here good for me? Yeah, there's a shield that's actually good for me, apparently. Yeah, there we go. And this guy can use a helm. And this guy can use a helm and a shield. And that's good enough. That's good enough for me. All right. So, we're done. That was very nicely done indeed. And I'm just going to level up a couple of people here. Yeah, I personally feel like these hidden hands and seasoned wolves and all those guys, they're really good. I feel like they're really good. Okay, so I can execute him if I want to, but we're probably not going to do that. We're going to just ask him what's going on here. I am not allowed to talk with you. Apparently he's not allowed to talk with us. Okay, well that's a little bit unfortunate, because I was actually hoping that we could ransom him back to his friends. But that doesn't seem to be the case at the moment, so I guess we'll just have to wait until the Southern Empire decides to pay his ransom, or it decides to open talks with us, or something like that. I guess that is what is going to happen. So let's just sell all of our armor. Look at that, 4,700, really quite kind of crazy. Also, do bear in mind that I do not have the ability to use the smithy. I'm just reminding you because, anyway, the point is that it crashes with the smithy. So we're going to see, is there anything actually else here? Maybe our smithy has created something? No, doesn't seem like it. No, doesn't seem like it. All right, so that's absolutely fine. But yeah, anyway, if you have any suggestions, by the way, about where else I might be able to build a good workshop, then I am all ears, and I would very much appreciate any tips on that. If you want to provide them, if you found out a really, really secret, nice area where I can place a workshop that is nearby Crusade territory, or maybe slightly over here as well. That might be quite fun. But otherwise, that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.